Hi, I'm Lee Partridge and welcome back to Cowley TV for another pre-match show ahead of our game against Fleetwood. On the show today, we've got two classic games. One was a 0-0. Well, what's classic about that, I hear you say? You'll have to wait and find out. And the other one was a 3-2 win away at Fleetwood from April 2015. We'll take a look at the highlights from the Bristol Rovers game. Another decent performance, even though we didn't get all 3 points. We caught up with Kane Vincent-Young at the training ground to get his thoughts. This week, we'll take a look at Fleetwood's last game. That was away at Cambridge. Pre-match thoughts, as always, from Danny Cowley and road to recovery. We'll take a look and see how Will Goodwin and Ellis and Will are getting on in their road to recovery and hopefully back to first-team football very shortly. Right, let's kick off the show with that classic 0-0. Why is it a classic? This is why. Maybe the scoreline after 90 minutes 0-0 makes it not necessarily a classic game, but I think with the penalties, us being winners and us going through to the next round against Crawley and then on to Old Trafford in the quarterfinals made that a classic game. Fantastic atmosphere and one we will remember for a long, long time. Next classic game is away to Fleetwood. We was 3-2 winners. It was April 2015 and this is how that one played out. Classic game there from April 2015 away at Fleetwood where we was 3-2 winners, goals from Monker, Massey and Porter on that day. Let's take a look back at the game against Bristol Rovers, 1-1 last weekend. A good performance and a decent result, 1-1 against Bristol Rovers, a team that went into that game winning 5 on the spin. Now it's time to take a look at the training ground. We caught up this week with Kane Vincent-Young to get his thoughts on how things are going.
Kane, you obviously had another free week between Saturday to Saturday games. Has it been a good week on the training pitch?
Yeah, as always, I think having a free week gives us a chance to do a bit of extra work that you wouldn't be able to do if it was a 3-game weekend. I think we've used it well.
Yeah, and obviously a long away journey again and a tough game. What are you expecting from Fleetwood this weekend?
Like you said, it's going to be tough. It's a long way to go. It's going to be physical. We need to earn the right to have a good performance by competing well, and then hopefully the work that we've done junior week will come through.
And for you personally, you must have been really pleased last weekend to get through 90 minutes in a league game, first time for a while.
Yeah, delighted. Something like 18 months since the last one, so it's a really good milestone for me and one that gives me confidence going forward.
Yeah, and was it a good foundation because you got 90 minutes against Wycombe in the Cup, and then was your next target, right, let's do this in the league now?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Cup is one thing, and that was great to get that milestone out the way, but then the league games are obviously the most important games and the ones that you kind of strive towards. So to get that 90 gives me a really good platform going forward.
Yeah, and now you have been in and around it, and now you're starting and completing games. We spoke to you at the beginning of the season. You said it was about trusting your body now. Is that coming?
Definitely, I'd say so. Like I said, there's no substitute for the minute. So knowing that you can get through it and nothing's going to happen, touch wood, is the most important thing. And so, like I said, to get that 90 under my belt on Saturday was brilliant for me.
Yeah, and after the Accrington game, we spoke to Danny and a couple of the players, and they said that some honest conversations went on Monday and Tuesday of that week. Well, last weekend's performance was much, much better, but now is a case of getting on at each other to be clinical and ruthless around everything you do in games.
Yeah, of course. I think last week, like you said, was a good response, and we need to continue that. We're away from home. It's always more difficult than playing at home. And yeah, I think we'll remember the Accrington game, and we don't want a performance anywhere near that. So it's just about, like I said, building that performance and trying to carry on our good work from last week.
Good to hear from Kane and also see him get 90 minutes back on the pitch under his belt. Now we'll take a look back at Fleetwood's last game. They was away at Cambridge.
The fourth official has indicated a minimum of 2 minutes at a time. 2 minutes at a time. Sponsors GGAI is the Cambridge United number 5.
Fleetwood's last game away at Cambridge, where they lost 2-1, as you just saw. Now, as always, let's get the thoughts of our head coach ahead of today's game, Danny Cowley.
Danny, another week of preparation, and what's the challenges that Fleetwood are going to bring you on Saturday?
I think a tough challenge. I think it's such a competitive division, very little between all of the teams. We saw that on Saturday against Bristol Rovers. They come into the game, I think, with 5 straight wins. Probably anybody that went to that game would have left thinking that we were a better team on the day and deserving of the victory. So I think that in itself shows you what a competitive division it is. Fleetwood will be no different. We know Pete Wild's teams, they're always ultra competitive, always very well organised, particularly against the ball. And yeah, that it will be a really tough game for us. They've got some very experienced players, a really good midfield, good forward line, 4 very, very experienced forwards. And I think for us, we take confidence from the performance on Saturday against Bristol Rovers. It was a good response off the back of the Accrington game. But I think coming into the week, there's still a lot of space for us to keep improving. We got into lots and lots of good areas and had lots of good moments in the Bristol Rovers game, but to keep working on our decision making at speed and our technical execution at speed has been the focus of the week.
And how challenging or difficult or easy is it to keep reminding the players of how much good they did last week and then just add those finishing touches in the box?
Yeah, and I think that's been the ambition really since Monday morning when we reviewed the game. It was to take the confidence from the performance, but also to recognise that there's space for us to keep improving and getting better, and that's what we're always trying to do. We sat a lot, just try to be better than yesterday. Come in with the open mind. Ready to learn, ready to try to get better, and that is always the aim of the players and the coaching staff. And this week has been no different.
Yeah, and not just us, across the league, pretty much. There's not many like really, really loose games, is there? They're all tight games. They're all, like one team maybe doing enough in an hour to get in the lead and then holding on to it. So there's not much between all the teams in the division.
No, I agree, Greg, because I think it's a really, really competitive division. I think that's why it's such an exciting division, because there's so little between the teams. Probably when we first arrived at Colchester, coming back into League Two, there was Wrexham and Stockport that at that time were probably significantly better than the rest of the teams in the division. But this year, there's such little between the teams, and probably to this point, our performances have warranted a lot more points than what we've got. We've certainly got into enough really good moments and areas on the pitch to be able to get more value than we have. But it's all of our responsibility, the coaching staff and the players, not just to get into those areas, but then it's to make good decisions and execute once we get into those areas of the pitch. And that really is what our energy has been on. We know that last time we went away to Accrington, we'd have had a group of supporters that would have worked all week, left really early because it was a midday kickoff, 12:30 kickoff, and we didn't give them anything. And we've mentioned it a couple of times this week, but just for us to be mindful of that. And we know that we'll have a good away support again at Fleetwood on Saturday. We know the kickoff's a little bit later, being at 3:00, thankfully for them. But yeah, we're really focused and determined to put a much more competitive performance together than we did. And we know, our away form actually prior to the Accrington game had been pretty good. We've been unbeaten on our travels up until that game, and we know what is required of us to win away. We know that we have to be resilient, determined, resolute. We know that we have to compete on the first ball, on the second ball, and give ourselves a platform to then be able to do what we're good at. And we know we're good on the counter-attack. We know that we are a team that, when we're playing at our best, can get a real good control and rhythm to our play. But to do those things and to achieve that away from home, you've got to lay the foundations, and that certainly will be the focus of our thoughts going into the game.
Yeah, just going back to last week, finally, one player that was fully involved in the game, Kane, Vincent-Young, playing his first 90 minutes for, I think it's over 18 months, February 2024, and that shows that resilience and determination as a player.
Yeah, exactly. And since, Kane's come back, he's been a pleasure. He's an incredible character, a top player. I think everybody associated with the club will know that if it hadn't been for injuries, Kane would be playing significantly higher than this level. But he hasn't had as much luck as sometimes you need. But he's come in, he's a delight on the pitch, off the pitch. He's so good with the young players. He's always trying to help them and lead them in his own way. He's working really, really hard on the physical aspects of the game, and he's been able to get a really good, touch wood, a really good rhythm to his training. And I was so pleased for him. He managed to get 90 minutes in the EFL Trophy, didn't he? And then another 90 minutes in the league on Saturday. And, you know, you go back to Saturday, we had, I think, 9 unavailable with injuries and suspensions. And, you know, young Micah making his first ever league start and scoring. Ronnie making his league debut as a 17-year-old, incredible. Young Harrison Chamberlain making his first appearance in a matchday squad in the EFL. So there was a lot to be positive about on Saturday. And we again this week had some challenges with regards to availability, but for us it's always to see the positive. And you know, for me, when you have the young player with a good attitude and a good work ethic, and you combine that with opportunity, then normally exciting things happen. And we'd much rather, when we have some challenges with availability, rather than moan and groan about what we don't have, we like to put our energy and focus into what we do have and the opportunity that naturally brings.
Danny's thoughts there about the Bristol Rovers game and heading into the Fleetwood game. Now it's time to take a look at some behind-the-scenes footage. It's the road to recovery, and it's Will and Ellis and their pathway through and getting back into first-team selection.
10 hours. Just the GPS here, mate. Don't forget that, yeah. Oh. Come on, let's go, Will.
That's blown my mind.
Yeah.
Pretty famously there as well, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, come on, let's have a jog. What was the what's the one he did with Kate Hudson?
Is that Private Red?
No. Oh, is that the one you were saying, the old that's done about 15,000 miles or whatever? Just heel to toe. It is like a homing beacon for him, isn't it? Any chance? Anyone seen him for 3 hours? Yeah. Good chance he's up there. Same again on the way back. I can imagine. Oh, Mount Fuji. We're short on numbers, obviously, but just a simple white passes just to get us warm. Play off your back foot into there, dribble it across. When you've played, instead of going there, yeah, just peel off to that side. Okay? Be working nice and light for a minute. Ease into, where you go. Nice and light, just get yourself warm on the ball. Little dribble, Will. Yeah. Nice and light, Will, don't jump into it. Here we go. We got it. Desperately need another person in this drill, don't we?
Yeah.
It's me! Good off the front. And time. What there? No. Grab yourself a drink. Pick your staff member.
Oh no, big trouble.
Yeah, pick your staff member. All right. Love it. I love the conviction. Just knew who you wanted straight away. 3 touches maximum.
Yeah,
Between you. Yeah. Okay, but I could take all 3 if I want.
Yeah. You don't have both touch it.
Right? Yeah. Don't have to have both touch it.
Yeah. Once it bounces, it can't bounce again.
Absolutely. Must be a half.
Does it have to bounce and it comes over, or can I return?
No, it's got about,
If you
from the serve.
I just head it down.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
From serve, it's got to bounce.
The ball cannot go.
Lower than the top bit. So it can't go through here.
Can go here.
No.
Well, that's very close judgment call.
What do you reckon?
No, I don't think it can go through there.
Any touch or through that middle bit is out.
That was close, to be fair.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes! Oh, why don't we?
Don't worry about that, Will. If you win the point you serve.
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, and you.
Oh! Scoop! Good play on that one.
Yeah, lovely. Oh, you're in his head. That's out.
That's not, it's on the line.
Oh my God.
Whoa, VAR.
Get that over.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, love it. Yes.
Trainers can't come. Trainers can't cover that ground.
that's lovely. Yes, Cal, get one over. Yes, lovely. Back, Kyle.
Oh, back call, Kyle. That's that.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Starbucks. Starbucks is my favourite coffee.
Little venti. Yeah, we'll have that.
Yes, Cal.
Kill it.
Done so well, though.
How have you got that?
Oh, Kyle.
6-3. I'm up there. I'm full on shearing it. Yes, oh.
Stud all day, man. Oh, right.
No, touched it.
Mate, your cones aren't even in line.
Yes. We're 7-3 up.
I know, you've bottled
Absolute crumble.
that. Delightful, well done, Panna.
Second set. I mean, I feel like
I was going to say.
doubles, you can't have the same person serving all the time.
Good to hear from Will and Ellis on their road to recovering. Hopefully it won't be too long, just a matter of weeks maybe, until they're available for first team selection once again. Right, that's about it from me. Thank you so much for joining me and the rest of the team that put this show together. If you are heading to Fleetwood, safe journeys too from the game. Tickets are available. You can pay on the door. So if it's a last minute decision, you can still do that. Until next time, once again, safe journeys, and it's goodbye for now.